just snuck up on me there, man.
I fear you're underestimating the sneakiness, sir.
Hey there guys, Howie from CanadaVapes.com here, and today I'm going to be going through just a couple of stealth vaping techniques that should help you discreetly use your e-cigarette in public places or in some fun places. I've used this technique in movie theaters, I've used this technique at people's houses who are non-smokers, and maybe I'm not comfortable bringing up just puffing away in front of them, so I'll discreetly kind of do a little walk around. Sometimes you get in a situation where you want to vape but you're just not comfortable going through the whole process of explaining to someone that it's not a cigarette and that there aren't the same repercussions for vaping that there are for cigarettes. It doesn't leave the lingering tobacco odors that a cigarette will, and you just want to do it discreetly. So I'm just going to show you a couple of techniques that should help you to be able to just vape in some unconventional places. So first I have my Ego, just a standard Ego, standard atomizer, nothing fancy. And I'm just going to drop a couple drops in here and get it nice and wet. Okay, so I got it nice and wet, and first I'll just take a normal toot and show you what it normally looks like. So as you can see, a lot of vapor production. It's wafting around here, and this is not going to be a discreet way to vape. If you just pull this out in a hospital, for instance, and just start tooting away on this, I'm sure it won't be long before the doctors and the nurses come running and think that you're having a cigarette. So the first technique I'm going to show is a very simple one. It simply involves allowing the vapor to dissipate before you exhale. So you do this in two ways. First, after you take your initial drag, you're going to take a second drag and inhale some more air into your lungs. And this will help dissipate the vapor while it's in your body. And then the second thing you're going to do is you're not going to exhale right away. You're going to wait usually about 10 seconds, maybe not even 10 seconds. Should allow the vapor to actually dissipate and disappear before it ever leaves your body. So again, I'm going to take a toot, but this time after I'm done, I'm going to take another quick inhale and wait about 5 to 10 seconds. Then you'll see all, or at least most of the vapor will have dissipated. So let's go ahead and do that. So just another inhale. Just wait a few seconds. As you can see, I can just see very little traces, but compared with the first exhale, when I just directly exhaled it, it's much more discreet, and you can definitely get away with people not noticing. The second way that we can discreetly vape is a technique that I started using, and it works well in the winter, especially in the Canadian winters when you're wearing a lot of sweatshirts and jackets, and that is simply to vape into something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toot, and then I'm going to exhale into my sweatshirt. So basically I'm just going to lift it up and blow the vapor into my sweatshirt, and the idea is basically that you're just dissipating the vapor with the air that's trapped underneath your sweatshirt. So I'll just do a toot and I'll do that, and I'm going to sit up a little bit so you can kind of see the fact that, you know, there's not any vapor that you're gonna, or hopefully not too much vapor you're gonna see once I do this. So again, combined with this technique, you can also do a little, you know, tuck it in here and just kind of lean on it, depending on where you are and what you're trying to accomplish, to make it a little more discreet, and kind of bring it down here. And then you just go. So I'm obviously doing this a little bit more indiscreetly than you would if you were trying to get away with it, but you can see there's no vapor here, there's nothing going on. It's just, I'll do it one more time to show you. And I can see a little bit wafting up here. But again, relative to the initial drag you saw me take, which was, you know, an explosion of vapor, both of these techniques are pretty effective if you want to be a little bit more discreet about your vaping. This first one especially, just holding in a little bit longer before you exhale. And again, practice this when you're just at home, and find out what the perfect amount of time to wait before exhaling, so that all the vapor has dissipated, and then you can pretty much vape anywhere, because, you know, you can't smell the vapor, you can't see the vapor, so it's just like you're exhaling, and there's no there's really nothing that anyone will ever notice. Really, the vapor is the only thing that kind of gives it away as to what you're doing. Aside from that, to most people, an ego might just look like a fancy pen, you know, and you're just, you know, biting on a pen. You know, it's not it's a cigarette. This doesn't look like a cigarette. This doesn't look like a electronic cigarette. This looks like a, you know, a fancy pen with a blue light on it, you know. Anyway, this has been Howie. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to go to the website, canadavapes.com. If you're Canadian, you can get all of your electronic cigarette accessories there in our store. Find out lots of information. We have studies on electronic cigarettes. We have information on the Canadian government and laws, rules and regulations, tips and techniques, lots of videos, just lots of good stuff. So again, canadavapes.com. This has been Howie. Take care.